Hey everyone, Steve with Viva Purpose here, best-selling author of Cut the Crap and Move to Costa Rica. I'm here to talk to you about book. You'll know book descriptions are extremely important. You're going to be using your book descriptions in a number of areas. Number one, with your printers and distributors, as well as in your marketing efforts. And so today we're going to go over 4 guidelines and 5 tips on how to create a great book description for your book. So first of all, you're actually going to be creating 2 descriptions. Okay, number one, you will need a short description. A short description is up to 320 characters, but the emphasis is on the first 110, okay, approximately 110, depending on the search engine. The reason why is search engine optimization. So when you go to Google, when you go to Bing, when you go to any of these search engines, they will focus on the first 110 to 156 characters of your book description. So short description, up to 110 is the most important, but can be up to 320 characters for most printers and distributors. The long description is much longer. 4,000 characters is usually the cutoff for the long description. So you can be extremely thorough. You want to put as much content in there as possible to draw your readers in, to sell your book. Now remember, this is your sales pitch on why they should buy your book. So you want to give as much information as possible and include as many searchable keywords and keyword phrases in that description as possible. You don't want to be real repetitive with them. You might repeat them a couple of times, but you do want to make sure you include as many searchable terms as possible, keywords that are going to sell your book. So let's go into the guidelines here. Number one, to optimize your product description for Amazon search engines, since we sell most of our books on Amazon, it's the world's largest selling platforms for books. You don't need to include your keywords like consistently throughout the description, like just listing them off. What you want to do is you need to make sure that they are included either in your title or right at the front, okay? So feel free to focus on your right as possible, right? Very enticing and drawing your readers in. To optimize your products for Google, your Amazon product page can easily show up on your Google search results if it's properly optimized. So keep in mind the keywords at the beginning of your description is ideal. Remember, they're going to focus on the first 156 characters for Google. Google does usually allow up to 156 if they find the description to be helpful and informative as far as describing the product that you're selling. Okay, Google mainly looks for the search terms in the title and the first paragraph only of the web page. So if you include your main keywords in your title and bullet points, it will be fairly well optimized at that point. All you have to do after that is include the keyword phrase at least once in your product description, essentially. And that is basically your book description. Okay, the third guideline is to obey Amazon's requirements for product description writing. Okay, so what does that mean? Their rules say you can include only product-related information, pretty straightforward. Write clearly and concisely. Keep it short on your product page, or your product page may be removed. So make sure you keep that description somewhat short, but this is where you can take your short description and use it for this case. Make sure the description matches your product images. For media listings, no spoilers. Okay, no testimonials or quotes of any kind are allowed. Amazon will deny your listing for putting in referrals or recommendations at this point, any reviews. They want you to get your reviews straight from Amazon. No promoting anything at all except the product itself, except that book. You can potentially, there's a little leeway for parts of a series and things like that, but primarily you want to keep it to that product specifically. No fancy formatting or executable script, not even HTML. Though line breaks and some formatting are acceptable, you can use those. Okay, number 4 guideline, make it easy to read. So use mainly active sentences. Okay, make sure that you're not using a passive voice, things like that. Active sentences. Also, vary your sentence structure. This is another tip. Favoring simple sentences, but never using the same structure more than twice in a row. Okay, and then aim for a Flesch Kincaid grade level below 9. This is to lower that reading level. It makes it open to a broader audience And this is a description after all, and so you're going to be able to describe who your product, your book, is actually geared for. Okay, now let's take care of tips. There are 5 tips for you, okay? Number 1 tip, hook the reader in on the first sentence. You need a strong and compelling opening. Draw your readers in. Get them engaged. Get them wanting to just read more and more, okay? Number 2, make the description personal. Why should they, that specific reader, read your book? Why is it going to appeal to them? Create an emotional connection. What will they feel when they're done reading it? Okay, if you are writing a how-to, they should feel empowered to be able to do whatever it is you're telling them how to do. If you're writing a romance novel, they should be able to feel the love and the passion, right? What kind of emotional connection can they expect, and where are you going to take them with your book? Okay. Detail what the reader, this is number 4, detail what the reader will get out of the book. So what skills or tools? If it's a how-to, what are they going to be able to do when they get done? If it's fiction, what feelings? We just talked about the love, if it's a love story. If it's a thriller, maybe there's fear. You're going to be on the edge of your seat. You're going to be looking over your shoulder while you read. You know, what can they expect to get out of the book? And then number 5, how? How will they achieve what you are promising? So you want to summarize the process, the benefits, explain how. Okay, examples of benefits include how a product will save you time, meet your unique needs, be enjoyed by you and your friends and family, enable you, and how to change your life. Okay, so how is your book going to do those things? How is it going to meet their need for entertainment if it is fiction? How is it going to get their blood rushing if it's a thriller? How is it going to really draw them into the passion and the love of a love story? If it's a how-to, how is it going to take them from not being able to do something to actually being able to do that? What are the steps involved? Just kind of give them an overview. Now, obviously, no spoilers, so don't give the whole book away, but you got to give them enough so that they can see there is a road to the end, and this is a journey that they want to take. All right, so there they are, your 4 guidelines and 5 tips for creating a great book description. Good luck, and I hope to read your book soon.